All right, let's talk about something that's going to change, well, everything. We're diving into how artificial intelligence is about to completely rewrite the rules for medicine, the pharmaceutical industry, and even our own ideas about what it means to live a long, healthy life.
So, the big question we're tackling today is this. How is AI really going to change how we make medicine? And I'm not just talking about making things a little bit faster or cheaper. We're talking about a fundamental shift in how we understand biology itself. So, let's get into it.
We're going to break this whole journey down into 3 stages. First, there's ANI, or Artificial Narrow Intelligence. That's what we have right now, and it'll probably define things up until about 2030. Next up is AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, which could be on the horizon around 2030. And then, the really big one, ASI, or Artificial Superintelligence, which we might see around 2040. We're going to walk through each one, starting with what's happening as we speak.
Okay, so let's start right here, right now, in the era of ANI. This is the AI you hear about today. It's not some all-knowing brain. It's a specialist. It's a super-focused tool designed to do one thing incredibly well. Take the expensive guesswork out of making drugs and replace it with cold, hard, data-driven precision.
For the longest time, discovering a new drug was basically a game of chance. Like throwing billions of dollars at a wall and hoping something sticks. It was all about high-volume guesswork. Well, ANI completely flips that on its head. It turns it into a game of precision, where you're not guessing anymore. You're targeting diseases with the accuracy of a sniper. So how does it do that? Well, think about it like this. A disease is like a lock in your body. You need the perfect key, a drug, to open it. Tools like AlphaFold 3 can figure out the exact shape of that lock, that protein, almost instantly. Then, AI can test billions of possible keys in just a few days. Not years, not decades, days. This isn't just a step forward, it's a quantum leap in speed. And that speed just keeps compounding. The next big hurdle is always clinical trials. They're incredibly expensive and take forever. AI is a game changer here too. It can scan millions of medical records to find the perfect patients for a trial in no time. And even crazier, we've got digital twins, virtual models of people so accurate that you can test drugs on them, reducing the need for human subjects and getting life-saving medicine out to the world so much faster. And the story doesn't end there. Even after a drug is approved, ANI is still working. On the factory floor, it's watching in real time to make sure every single pill is perfect. It can even predict when a piece of machinery is about to break down before it happens. And for safety, it sifts through countless side effect reports from all over the globe, spotting patterns way faster than any team of humans ever could.
So you can see the total transformation here. Drug discovery goes from a shot in the dark to high-precision targeting. Clinical trials go from a slow, manual search to lightning-fast simulation. The bottom line is, winning in this new world isn't about who has the biggest research budget, it's about who has the smartest AI.
So the takeaway for this whole first chapter is simple. By 2026, using ANI won't be a cool new feature, it's going to be the basic standard equipment you need just to survive in the industry. It's table stakes.
Okay, so that's the present. But now let's jump forward to about 2030. This is where things get really interesting. We're entering the era of AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. And this is the point where AI stops being just a really good tool and becomes a creative partner.
I think the best way to wrap your head around AGI is to think of it as a digital scientist. This isn't just an AI that's good at spotting patterns in data. No, this AI actually understands biology, chemistry, medicine, and it can connect the dots between them to come up with its own original ideas, its own hypotheses, just like a brilliant human scientist, but working at a speed we can't even comprehend.
And this right here is the absolute key difference. ANI predicts. It looks at mountains of existing data and finds the patterns. But AGI invents. It can reason from the fundamental laws of science, from first principles, to create solutions to problems that have never been seen before. It's not just finding the needle in the haystack, it's inventing a brand new needle.
So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, it means creating drugs for diseases that we have almost no data on. It means understanding exactly how a drug will interact with your specific genes, your metabolism, everything, all at once. And it means coming up with entirely new ways to treat diseases that no human has ever even thought of.
And all that power, all that creativity, it leads to a concept so radical it can be summed up in just one number. N of 1 medicine. This is the ultimate in personalization. Imagine an AI analyzing your unique DNA, your lifestyle, your illness, and then designing and creating a drug that is made only for you. A cure for a population of one. And get this, it could do it in hours.
So let's just sum up this incredible leap. AI is a tool, and its value is speed and precision. AGI is a partner, and its value is judgment and creativity. The competition is no longer about having the fastest computer, it's about building the smartest digital scientist.
All right, buckle up, because now we're heading into the final stage, around 2040. This is the most speculative, most mind-bending part of the journey. We're talking about AI, artificial superintelligence. This is where AI is no longer a tool or even a partner. It basically becomes the operating system for life itself.
From the perspective of an ASI, all the diseases that have plagued us for centuries, cancer, Alzheimer's, even aging, they aren't deep, dark mysteries. They're just puzzles. Complicated puzzles for sure, but puzzles that is already solved. The intellectual gap between an ASI and us would be like the gap between us and an ant. And the results of that intelligence are just staggering. An ASI could design a perfect drug with mathematically zero side effects instantly. Human clinical trials? Why would you need them? They'd be completely obsolete. Why test a drug on a few thousand people when you can simulate its effect on a perfect digital twin of every single person on Earth all at once? And this means manufacturing as we know it just vanishes. There are no more factories, no more supply chains. The design for a drug is just data, transmitted at the speed of light. And a little device, a molecular printer in your local pharmacy or even your home, assembles it for you atom by atom whenever you need it. It's like a Star Trek replicator, but for medicine. So let this sink in. In this world, the pharmaceutical industry isn't selling medicine anymore. It's not about treating sickness. The new product is the end of aging. It's the enhancement of our minds. It's nothing less than the conscious, deliberate evolution of the human species. And that brings us to the end of our timeline and to the beginning of a whole new chapter for humanity. We will have gone from this slow, painful process of treating disease to having the godlike power of designing our own biological future. This table really pulls it all together. You see the whole evolution laid out. AI's role shifts from a tool to a partner to a governor of biology. The value shifts from simply treating symptoms to actually curing diseases to finally eliminating aging itself. And the nature of what it means to win in this industry goes from being about money and data to being about intelligence and ethics, and finally, to being about who provides the wisest philosophical leadership for our species. Which leaves us with one final, massive question. When we have the power to literally program life, to design our own evolution, who gets to write the rules? Who decides the source code for the future of humanity? That is the unbelievable challenge and the profound responsibility that's waiting for us just around the corner.